Hi there, welcome to our podcast. My name is Phyllis, and I am a registered nurse, fitness, and yoga coach, and I got my girl,
Rochelle Ceballos, and I am a speaker, author, coach, and together we are Fit for
the
So What?
Our mission here with Fit for the Soul is to educate, influence, and inspire you to become your best by sharing your story. So this time around, Rochelle and I decided to do a topic on relationship goals. So we wanted you to not only hear from a woman's perspective, but a man's perspective. So we want to hear how, in regards to a relationship, how to become your best self when you're in a relationship. And we have not only one, but two men here to share their story on that. But before we get to that, we got the juicy part. We got the icebreakers, right, Rochelle?
So pumped for these icebreakers. Who's going to go first?
Oh, I'll go first.
Oh, no, you don't get to ask an icebreaker.
Oh no! I mean, I was volunteering myself as tribute.
But Phyllis, you can ask. Well, let's first introduce our guest, and then we'll go into the icebreakers. I'll start off. I'm super pumped. One of our guests today.
Sound good? Yes, let's do that. So, okay.
One of our guests today is Andre Irwin, which I don't think I've ever said your last name before, which is crazy. He's like such an amazing friend of mine. And the moment Phyllis and I started talking about relationships and doing a podcast on this, he was like one of the first people that popped into my head. We've had so many incredible conversations about relationships, and I'm just to hear his insights. So that is, so Andre, welcome.
Hello everyone, how you doing? Like she said, my name is Andre. I go by Dre. I'm an entrepreneur, life coach, stylist, DJ, MC. Meaning not an MC, I don't rap at all. So not that type of MCing, but party MCing. And I also own a apparel line as well. So yeah, that's me. Thanks for having me. I'm looking forward to the conversation.
Yes.
Awesome. And I got my guy, Meech, here. It's so funny how we met. We connected online and not knowing we're in the same group. But Meech, go ahead and introduce yourself.
What's going on, everybody? It's that ordinary podcaster with the extraordinary thoughts that tells you to stop being great and be extraordinary. I'm looking forward to being here. And once again, my name is Demetrius. Thick fan.
Woo, woo.
There we go.
So let's get into these icebreakers. Who wants to go first? Phyllis, go ahead. Ask your icebreaker question first.
All right. So, Meech, I got one for you. So, tell us about your very first kiss.
What?
All right. So, like a real kiss, or like one of those kisses that was like an accident. Because I done had accidental kisses on too many occasions.
Let's go with a real one.
Okay, so my real kiss. I had, to be honest with you, I was in the 9th grade, and I was like, 13 years old. I know that was the first time I kissed a girl. It was in the 9th grade, and I remember her name. It was Jamelia something, and Jamelia was about 5'11". I'm 5'8", 5'9". So she had a couple of inches on me. Plus, she wore heels. So here we are at the homecoming, and we're dancing and stuff like that. We trying to interact as boyfriend and girlfriend, and it's time to go. And I didn't know that we were going to kiss, and Jamelia like lunged down at me. Like it was like as if like a giraffe was feeding like its child or something. And like she lunged down at me, and I felt like she had like ate my entire bottom jaw. I was just sitting there like,
oh my God.
and I'm sitting there the whole time. Like she walked away, like, you know what that looked like? Yeah, I left them stunned, but I was just like, I can't believe this just really happened to me. This is my first kiss.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh, wow. Nothing. It's something never to forget, right?
Yeah, I definitely yeah.
All right.
Wow.
Thank you for giving us that laugh. I pretty much just want to know, I want to ask Andre, what is your number one pickup line when it comes to women?
Actually, I don't have I've honestly never used a pickup line in my life, just to be completely honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
But I like to think of my my approach to women. I think it was Nas. I think Nas said, "I have no game. Some women just understand my story." So that's my approach to it. I just be myself, be original, and if they like me, they like me, and if not, hey, it is what it is. So, but no pickup lines ever. Never done it in my life.
Ever. Is that like a huge no-no or what?
Not just my no.
Guys, you guys better take notes, right?
Yes.
Hey, yo, I just wrote
man.
that down. I just wrote that down. I ain't got game, but some people just understand my story. Hey, Andre,
man,
you gonna need to get that padded.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that's the approach to it, to be honest with you. But never a pickup line. I've always thought pickup lines were corny anyway, and I never thought that dudes really. I never thought that women really fell for them. So I just never used them.
So here's just to piggyback on that. What is the corniest pickup line you've ever heard?
I don't know any pickup lines. I never hung around dudes that use pickup lines, so I don't know.
Meech, you got one, huh?
Yeah, I do.
Let's hear it.
Did it hurt?
No, that's not
What?
When you fell from heaven.
There you go.
I hate that line. Cause they demons now.
Wow.
Right.
Yeah, that's funny.
There we go. Cool. So you guys ready to get into this? Let's go. So the topic of this is relationship goals. So I just want all of us to go around and just kind of share, when you hear relationship goals, what pops into your head, or what is a relationship goal that you have? All right, let's start with Meech. Do you want to go first?
Yes. So relationship goals to me is undying support, and everybody will say that they support you. You got friends and family that you start a business, they support you, but they don't really support you. Mm-hmm. To me, a relationship is a growth thing. And if I say that I'm going to commit my entire life to you, you're going to do the same for me. So when I win, that means that you win. And when you lose, that means that I lose as well. So whatever endeavor that you and go in, I'm going to push you the same way that I would want somebody to push me. And I believe that that is the foundation of what a relationship should be.
Amen. Amen to that. There we go. Let's get this. Phyllis, you're next.
Relationship goals. When I hear it, I think of partnership in a way that you're able to balance each other out, especially when it comes to, Meech said, support and each other's endeavors. And even on the bad days, being able to partner with each other, we're constantly motivating each other and being there. Just that the realness of the relationship, just the things that embody a true relationship: trust, love, unconditional love, and just having a partner. That's the way that I look at it when it comes to having that relationship goal.
Hashtag relationship goals. Andre, let's hear what you got to say.
Well, it's pretty much to piggyback on what Meech and Phyllis was saying. It's pretty much that. I mean, undying support from your partner. And like Phyllis said, even during the bad days, you want to know that this person there's either going to balance it out, or he or she's going to make it better. And you have to be able to In relationships, you have to be able to be completely honest with your partner about the good, the bad, and the ugly. Because if you're holding something in and it's supposed to be not saying this or you're not saying that, things get lost in translation. And that's when things become bigger issues than they would normally be. But yes, undying support. I can't stress that enough. You have to be your partner's number one fan. Period. I seen a meme on Instagram or something like that said, it was funny, but it was so true. It said, if my man says that I want to open up a balloon stand, I guess I'm going to be right there blowing up them balloons with it.
Right.
See what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So it was funny, but it was so profound to me. And it's like, that's the type of female I would want by my side. Like, no matter what the vision is, just because the thing I think we get caught up in is, I may have a vision of opening up a balloon stand, and then my partner may feel like, or anyone may feel like, a balloon stand, like, who's going to buy balloons?
Right.
But instead of saying that, she came back with, well, if that's what you want to do, well, let me get over here and start blowing up some of these balloons for you. So just because you as a partner may not see your partner's vision in the beginning, it's still vitally important that you help support them in their vision, because you never know where that vision can end up. Because that could do just the beginning to blow up the balloons, and then he might start making balloon animals, and it could go on from there. And then he could be selling hot air balloons. Who knows? But you never want to stunt your partner's creativity or stunt their ambition going forward.
Right. And let's talk about that, because I think all of us, even me, like, partnership is key, right? And supporting each other and being there for each other no matter what. But it's like actually like coming into a relationship and letting them know what your vision is, letting them know who you are and what you want. Because if you never share that with each other, it's very hard to support it. Or if it randomly comes up 5 years later, like, it's like, I didn't know about this. You know what I mean? So like Andre said, like, communication is key, and being super honest. And even like when I look back at some of my past relationships, I realized that part of the reason why it didn't work out was because I wasn't totally honest with who I was. I was being a version of who I wanted to be instead of being honest with, hey, this is me. Like the other day, I'll just be honest, like, I had gotten my face waxed, right? I didn't just get my eyebrows waxed, I got my mustache waxed too, right? And I was gonna see someone that I liked, and I was like, you know what? Like, I just need to be honest. Like, guess what? I waxed my mustache. And sometimes women, we don't ever put that out there. You know what I mean? And it's like important, just like a little. Don't judge me.
Yeah.
It's a little things like that. Like, this is who I am. So I'm not always perfect.
Right.
Because in life, I can't hold on to perfection all the time. So I don't know why I went there, but I did.
No, that's so true. That is so true, Rochelle. And also, I was talking to Rochelle about this, is that when you get into a relationship, making sure you're good with yourself. You know, our mission with Fit for the Soul surrounds becoming your best self. And I actually just got here, you know, as being my best self. And I noticed that, you know, once you're there, when you get into a relationship, it just enhances the relationship when you're both at a good place. In the past, I found that I was bringing a lot of baggage and mistrust, you know, not really trusting the relationship, not really trusting the guy, and just more of a need for a man as opposed to just looking for a partner. So have you guys ever been, like Meech, have you been in that experience where you really didn't know yourself and you just got into a relationship, and how did that go?
Absolutely. And it's crazy that you mentioned that, because I just talked about that like a couple of days ago. And there was a point where I didn't even know me. I didn't know the things that I liked. I wasn't understanding of who I wanted to be yet. And with each relationship that I entered, I would find the exact same problem. I would encounter the exact same problem. And what a lot of us do not know is that we're so in a hurry to become somebody's husband, to become somebody's wife, to have these relationship goals because we see them on Instagram of these pictures and they matching outfits and those cute little quotes that we don't even realize who we are. And the one thing that I need to, you see what I'm saying? And the one thing that a lot of people do not understand is that if you constantly are experiencing the same problem in every relationship that you encounter, then the problem is you. And no matter how much sage you burn, no matter how many incense you light, how many times you go to the gym, that problem is never going to go away until you find that time of isolation. And one thing that we fear, and I definitely feared this at one point, is to be isolated because I'm a social creature. I want to be around people. I want to be in love. I want to adorn. I want to consume you with my love. And when I feel like I'm by myself, I feel like, what am I doing? What is going on? But it's in that isolation that we have power. You have a clear mind in that isolation. Singleness is wellness. It's wholeness. And we come into these relationships hoping that you can complete me, Phyllis. That's what this is, that you gonna be my other half. That's not the thing. You're not my other half. You're my better half. You're supposed to enhance me. You're supposed to make me better. So when Andre said that if I was doing a balloon stand, then guess what? I guess you blowing up balloons. That's the type of love that I need right there. That's that type of enhancement. Because I don't want to keep going to different relationships and changing myself, just like what Rochelle said. I'm putting up this ambassador of who you want me to be. And then in the time that I'm doing that, I'm losing myself. I don't even know who I am no more.
Yeah. Yeah, so I feel like it's vitally important that self-care and self-love is by far, in my opinion, the best thing that you could do for yourself. And in turn, it's going to be the best thing you could do for any relationship that you have. Because, I mean, relationships are relationships, whether it's your mother, your daddy, your sister, your brother, your cousin, your boyfriend, your husband, your girlfriend, it doesn't matter. Like, none of those relationships are going to flourish if you're not in tune with who you are and if you're not in love with who you are. Now, I will tell y'all the God's honest truth.
Oh no. Oh yeah.
The God's honest truth. I used to get criticized for loving myself so much. You know what I mean? Which I think is impossible. But I've always had to come back to whereas if I'm not my number one fan, who's going to be it?
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? If I'm not my number one cheerleader, who's going to be it? You know, like Demetrius said, you cannot expect you can't expect to come out here and try to complete your partner. You have to be whole with yourself in order for you to be able to help anyone for that matter. And then when it comes to relationships, it's like I've told this to an ex of mine, and I'll tell this to all my homegirls, all my cousins, female friends. It's like, look, if you're looking for a guy to complete you, I don't know who said that. I think Tom Cruise said that in a movie. And and women been running with it ever since. But if you're looking for a man to complete you, or you're looking for a woman to complete you, you're never going to be completed, because he or she cannot do that. Only you can do that for yourself. So if you come into a relationship 100% and she comes into a relationship 100%, then that will be a beautiful relationship. I tell females all the time, it's like, I have nothing to offer you outside of my personality and companionship. I don't want you to need me for nothing outside of those things. Companionship. And whatever it is we bring to that table, hopefully we bring it to the table together and we build. Right. Because the beauty in relationships that I find is when you're able to build, when you're able to build with someone, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. But self-love, that's the point I'm making here. Self-love, vitally important. vitally.
I love it. I love it. And
Wow.
I just got to add this in, you guys. Like, one of my favorite people, my favorite couples to watch is who? Can anyone guess? J-Lo and A-Rod, right? But here's one of the things that, you guys, I got to bring up this trending topic. But like, the way he watches J-Lo do her thing is the coolest thing ever. The way he supports her. And I think so many of us, we really want that support. And I don't think it's a bad thing to want it. So just like with the balloon stand, I'm thinking of A-Rod videoing J-Lo on stage. But that's so huge. The self-love is huge. But one thing I kind of want to, where I want to go is, what are some things that are kind of like pet peeves when it comes to relationships? Like if you're with somebody and like they're like annoying you, or maybe you're starting to date someone, what are like some annoying instances that make you go like, "Ooh, no more"? Just I kind of want to pick the guys' brains, and then Phyllis and I will go into. But like, do you understand what I'm saying? You guys get it? Meech, you get it?
Yes. Yes. Can you hear me?
Can I get the question repeated again?
Yeah. Share with me some pet peeves that you have when it comes to relationships.
Oh, okay. Definitely.
Definitely.
I know, right? Go ahead, B.
Give me a minute.
I know, right?
I pick my list out real quick. My biggest pet peeve is when someone asks, "What am I bringing to the table?"
Ooh.
If this is date one and we sitting here at Red Lobster somewhere where we at, and you asking me where I'm bringing to the table, I understand you don't want your time to be wasted. But let's be frank here. What are you bringing to the table? Okay, what is you got going on? Because if this is the case, if we seeing what I bring to the table is this is going to be enough for you, then I don't think I'm the person for you. Another big pet peeve is insecurity. Mm-hmm. If you are questioning what I'm doing, and first and foremost, it is my job as your spouse, it's my job as your boyfriend, it's my job as whatever you want to call us to ensure that you are never embarrassed. Mm-hmm. And when I mean embarrassed is that when you walk into a room, they not talking about you. But when it comes to me working with somebody, or you see me out with somebody and you get insecure about that, that is a huge turnoff to me, because you should have confidence within yourself. You should have confidence within this relationship. And the moment that you start to believe that I'm out of here. I can't do that, because I cannot explain to you everything that I'm doing on a regular basis like that. I feel like that's selfish, but at the same time, that's a big pet peeve.
Yeah.
That is my biggest pet peeve. Insecurities. Like you cannot be so insecure that you're not allowing your man or your woman to live a positive and productive life. Because we just don't, especially if all of us here is entrepreneurs, all of us here has been in the workforce and things of that nature. It's human nature. For one, it's human nature for guys to talk to girls, or women to talk to men, vice versa. It's human nature. It just is what it is. If I ask any and all, damn near all my homegirls growing up, most of their friends were guys. You know, mm-hmm. Most of my guy friends growing up, most of their friends were women. It just is what it is. I don't have time in my day to stop and say, hey, or you get wind that I'm talking to Phyllis. I don't have time to run down her resume to you. Or where'd you meet her?
Right there.
What time did you meet her? What restaurant was it at? We are grown. So people do not understand that insecurities, it's so toxic. So that's why, going back to the previous thing, you have to love yourself. You have to. Mm-hmm. I don't care if I see my woman talking to any man on the street. It doesn't matter to me. He could be a billionaire. He could be a trillionaire. It doesn't matter to me. He could drive the best car. He could wear the best clothes. It doesn't matter to me. I'm secure in who I am. Mm. And I'm not going to come back with who is that? How'd you meet him? What y'all talking about? Like, what is that all about? Mm-hmm. Like, if we're here and we're supposed to be in love and we're supposed to be together, know that that man chose you. That's first and foremost. Or that woman. That man or that woman chose you. You're in that person's life for a reason. They chose you to be partners, to be a partner with. It is not your duty to bring the negativity into the relationship.
Ooh.
We have to get away from. I'm not gonna say it's only women, but I only date women, so that's all I know. So, so I can only speak from that perspective. But the insecurities that leave the house and not tell you where I'm going.
It's a respect thing.
It's a respect thing, exactly.
Yeah.
It's a respect thing. So you're always going to know where I'm at. You're always going to know who I'm with, right? But if I'm at said sports bar with Demetrius and Rochelle happens to stop by the table because she's in the same bar as us, and you just so happen to FaceTime me right there and you hear a woman's voice in the background, doesn't mean that I'm trying to pick up on this woman or this woman is this and this woman is that. It just could be some woman that I know. And she could be cool and she could like football. I don't know. But I say all that because, like I said, insecurities is pretty much my only pet peeve. Don't be insecure. There's no room for insecurities in any relationship. Mm-hmm. But that's me. So, Phyllis, Rochelle, it's one of y'all's turn.
Yeah. All right, Rochelle, I'll go ahead. I like to share two of my pet peeves. First one being trust, and the second thing being just settling. So with trust, I'm at a point in my life where I'm just at my best. And to the point where I find it, easy to talk to me about, other women. I love other women. I mean, I am not afraid to say, you know what, Rochelle, you're so beautiful. Rochelle, you have a nice butt. Can I touch it? No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. I'm just that type of girl, so down to earth. And, I'm not afraid to tell another woman that she's beautiful or whatever. So I leave that door open for no reason to lie or there to be any mistrust. I mean, I'm just that open-minded about things like that. But I say that at the same time that I'm very secure with myself. If I find, I'm going out with my man and, I see a female waitress who's being, maybe a little bit more, a little bit beyond flirtatious, then I'm going to check my man and see what he's going to do at that point. I'm not going to say a thing until, maybe we get home or later, but I'm just going to be the observer of that situation because I'm that comfortable in myself. But I do leave the door open to be open with me and communicate with me when things are not, maybe on the wrong page where you feel some type of way or whatever. So trust, I feel no reason to lie. Just be open, and it should be a trusting relationship. The second thing is settling. Like, I am a person that's always looking to get better. And I don't expect a man to be doing the exact same thing that I'm doing, but to be able to learn and grow. You're learning from your mistakes. You're getting wiser. You're not just settling and doing the same old thing over and over again. Lifting each other up. So those are my two things, just trust and just settling. So, sorry.
Phyllis, can I just chime in on something?
Yes.
I just wanted to say you better than me. You better than me because I'm very secure with my sexuality, with my masculinity, and the relationship that I would have with my wife. However, I'm a big respect person, and the respect that I give you is the respect that I want to return. So I just wanted to applaud you for not cutting up in a restaurant, because I can assure you that if I'm out, and the waiter is getting a little bit too flirtatious with me, with my wife, yeah, we about to shut this whole little place down. And the reason is not because I feel like that you could take my woman away from me, or let me phrase that, because that's not my woman. my wife from me, it's the disrespect in it.
Right.
So you just about to act like I'm just not in this room.
Yeah, right.
You gonna act like, oh, so she the one that's gonna give you the tip. Yeah, hey, we about to go eat at McDonald's because I'm about to cut this place in half right now. So I just wanted to applaud you on that.
Thank you. Thank you. It took me a long time to get here, though. Very long time. I just got here, actually.
Oh, I don't plan on getting to that destination no time soon.
Yeah.
And I think my wife, she loves that.
Yeah. Yeah. I bet. Yeah, definitely. Rochelle, what about you, girl?
So mine is kind of like the guys. One thing is like insecurity, huge red flag. The moment I sense it, I'm like, no, thank you. Explaining yourself for different things, just like, I mean, Andre just hit it, and him and I have had so many conversations about this. Like, I just don't want to be checking in with you constantly, especially because I know that I'm already respectful enough to let you know certain things. So it just, I don't have time for that. I really don't have time. Like if I was with someone and I had to explain to them why I have two men on a podcast, that's added stress that is not needed. And the moment I notice that, I'm just like, nope, this is not going to work. So that's my number one thing is insecurity. You got to love who you are and be confident in who you are. And I think at the end of the day, I mean, even like singleness is huge because in that time you can learn to love yourself. I'm going to be honest. I haven't always loved myself. I have been the insecure party and it's nothing but stress. So until you get to that point where you can love and be confident in who you are, I don't think you're ready for a relationship. That's just my thing. So
that's
deep. That's deep. Wow.
Like let's get confident, right?
Yeah.
Created us to be. Yeah, and then of course just support, right? Okay, here's another one, and no one mentioned this, but I'm sure many of you guys might agree, is how they treat their family or their friends. If you're very disrespectful towards your family or your friends, it's like kind of like a red flag because I don't know how, if that's your friend and you're going to talk to them like that, eventually you're going to talk to me like that as well. So I am very aware of those types of things now. Why? Because I have let that slide in the past, and next thing I knew, they were doing the exact same thing to me. So that's another one.
Right.
So speaking of that, Rochelle, that's a good tip to kind of get an idea firsthand, right? So Andre and Meech, what are like some tips that you've learned about relationships or what has allowed you to become where you are now that you can, tell someone that's probably going through some issues that we kind of covered earlier?
Andre, you want to go first? You want me to go
ahead. You go ahead. Go ahead.
The relationships take time, just like stress, just like success, just like anything, to be honest with you, it takes time. And once again, to go back to like what I first said in the beginning, we are such in a hurry to be a wife, to be a husband, to be a boyfriend, be a girlfriend, that we jump into these relationships and we expect our relationship to be just like somebody else's relationship.
Right.
And yeah, you see the picture, but you don't see behind the nights that they were arguing with each other, arguing so loud. And I'm pretty sure we all been there where you arguing with somebody so loud, y'all can't even hear each other. Y'all just sound like two dogs going at it.
Yeah.
They don't know about the times where y'all stop talking for a week. I feel like nowadays, it's just, we get into an argument and all of a sudden it's over. We just gonna throw it away. This takes time to make. This is like a Thanksgiving meal. This gonna take time to make. And the relationship that you are glorifying, that you want to be in, that relationship had its bad days. So let your relationship have its bad days. Now, granted, there's certain things that we just cannot tolerate within a relationship that we got to just move on. But if we arguing over petty things such as, hey, I don't like the show you watching. Come on now, let's grow up, please. If we arguing over, hey, I ain't feeling what you wearing, Phyllis, go change that. Come on now, can we grow up, please?
Right.
You know, if you telling me to sleep on the couch, hey, you know, hey, can we grow up, please? This takes time to make. We gonna grow from this.
Right. So along those same lines, I think that in relation, when like you said, when we get in relationships, we're trying to speed to the finish line. So, as the late great Nipsey Hussle always says, I mean, it's a marathon. It's a marathon. You know what I mean? And people are so quick to want to put a title on something that they forget to lay the groundwork. Like, I'm not going to, in dating in general, right? You'll start talking to somebody on the Monday, and then on a Friday, they want to know, well, what are we?
We friends. We still friends.
Right. We're Andre and you Phyllis. That's what we are.
Right.
You know? But because we're so conditioned to, and like I said, forgive me, I'm only speaking from a man's perspective. So when I say women are so quick to want to put a title on stuff, but they don't even want to lay the groundwork.
Right.
It's like, you want to be my wife, but you don't even want to talk to me. You don't even want to communicate with me. You know, you don't even want to work through these issues and things that we have going on, but you think that, because you think that if your name becomes Mrs. Irwin, all our problems are solved. It doesn't work that way. We need to do the groundwork and lay the foundation before we could build anything. It's like, and like Demetrius said, so many people, we were so quick to want to rush into things and to rush into that. Or like he said, we're sitting over here looking at this relationship and looking at that relationship. But like you said, we don't know what goes on behind the scenes. But there is a perfect example of a relationship that played out in the front of all of us. And that's Jay-Z and Beyonce's relationship. The Carters, that stuff played out in front of us. We know a lot of the things that went on in their relationship. And it wasn't pretty, but they got through it. And it was things that he did on his behalf, and there's things that she did on her behalf. You know, at the end of the day, what I know about that relationship is, yes, we all know Beyonce is the queen bee. Don't share this and say I'm saying anything bad about her. I don't want the beehive behind me. You know?
'Cause they serious.
Yeah, they don't play. But she's in a relationship with a man, Jay-Z, but he's a man. He still wants to feel like a man. He still has to feel like a man. If you're gonna take his manhood, well, you don't need him. I got it all on my own. I'm doing this on my own. Then what is he there for? You see what I'm saying? So, but they've been able to come full circle right in front of our eyes. And like I said, man, people don't look at that. They want to just look at the pretty pictures of them, and they don't understand the work that it took in order for them to get to a point to where they are.
Right.
And like Demetrius said, so many, like, as soon as you get in an argument, someone just wants to throw the whole damn relationship away, or they want to just throw you away, like, peace out. And it's like everything, they feel like everyone's recyclable, everybody's replaceable, but that just ain't true.
No, right.
So we have to, for one, when you're getting into, or you think you're getting into a relationship with someone, you have to be completely honest and be completely transparent to what your intentions are, or what it is you want to accomplish on your own. And then you see if that person that you're wanting to be in this relationship is there for you, along for the ride, but also along to support you in whatever it is you're trying to do. And as long as you lay down the foundation, your structure did not waver. And yes, like our houses do. The strong winds come, I mean, they might shift. You know what I mean? They might shift above, whatever, but it's still standing. And like things are going to be turbulent at times, but you got to be able to sit through it. You got to be able to listen to each other, and you got to be able to take what the other person is saying. You have to be able to take that in. And you shouldn't be listening to respond. You should be actually listening. And if we do that, I think that relationships would be a lot better off, to be honest with you.
There we go. There's the guy's perspective.
Yes.
There's the guy's perspective. Huh?
Yeah. Yeah. Rochelle, what you got? What's your takeaway?
I got you guys. This is going to change your life. Kidding. But when it comes to relationships, what a tip that I can give. I'm trying to think of something outside of what you two said, because so important. I think transparency, and a game changer for me, or something that I've really been working on, is asking the hard questions. Because sometimes we don't want to ask a question because we don't want to know the answer. And that was always an issue for me, because I'd find out the answer later, and normally I didn't like it. So in the beginning of a relationship, share with them, like, if you want marriage, I'm someone who wants marriage, and I want to be, with like just you and I, like no other parties, right? That's monogamous, right? So I want marriage and I want to be monogamous. Not everyone wants that. But if I put that out there right away so that you know that this is what I want, now we can see if we're on the same page. And I used to be afraid to share that. It's not like, okay, we're dating, let's get married. But like after, once you start getting more serious, it's like, okay, we need to have these conversations. What is your vision? Do our visions align? Do you want children? These are questions we should be asking early on, not 2 years down the road when we've been together for 2 years. And it's like, oh, you don't want kids? And then you feel like, I don't know, it's just like a whole nother thing, right? So that's something that I had to overcome, was asking the hard questions. Because what if he says he doesn't want to be monogamous? What if he says he doesn't want to be married? That means that we won't be able to be together. And that's okay, because he doesn't want what I want. And he's going to be stressed out dealing with me, who wants to force him into those things. And I'm going to be stressed out because I'm having to force him and he doesn't want it. So that's, I guess, an add-on that for Ray and what Meech said. So that's me. That's my advice. Ask questions.
Awesome. Love it. Well, I have just two quick things.
Go ahead.
Yeah. You're like, spill it. Yeah. So two quick things. Be right with yourself. I believe that before getting into any relationship, make sure you're healed from the inside out. That way you're carrying unnecessary baggage. You don't have any insecurities. That's all healed up, and you're ready to really start building a foundation with someone else, because you've already built your internal foundation. Second thing is, and a big mistake that I always do is, don't set any expectations in the beginning. Just let things flow and see what happens. I did a lot of that, and I expected things, they didn't happen, and I was discouraged, and I'm like, you know what, I'm done with you. Peace, and that wasn't just the right way to go. I missed an opportunity to really get to know somebody, just basing it on expectations that I thought, that were going to come through, but they didn't. And it's like, just relax. And that's, the advice I would give somebody is just to heal yourself and, just go into it with the focus of really getting to know that other person.
I love it. I love it. This was amazing. You guys, I think I learned a lot in this. Did you guys learn anything? So, cool. Yes. I mean, you guys, Andre, Meech, you guys have some valuable, you guys sound very wise. like you've been through some, right? You've been through some, right?
That's really what came from experience.
Yes.
Yeah, I totally get it.
So just for all of our
hey, can I say one thing real quick, though?
Okay, go ahead.
I wanted to piggyback on what Phyllis was saying about, and this is just what I noticed from women. And I don't know, men may have this, but like I said, I don't date men, so I don't know. Checklist. So what she was talking about as far as her expectations, it's about checklist. Women have checklists, and you could be sitting in front of a person trying to getting to know a person, and as soon as he says one thing that he does is not on that checklist, you automatically in your head mentally check him out. He could be the coolest dude in the world sitting in front of you, but because he missed one thing on that checklist or two things on that checklist, you're ready to just cast him off like, oh, he's no good for me. And me personally, I believe that that's why and that's how a lot of people end up being single and end up being lonely because you're looking at this checklist that you guys have had since like middle school of what a perfect guy should look like or what should be like, and things don't add up. And as soon as those things don't add up, it's off. He's off. So like Phyllis said, we all have to do a better job of just being open and just hearing people out and understanding what people are about, because you just never know what a person's journey may be. I mean, like there could be a guy like right now out on his luck, lost his job, whatever the case may be. It doesn't mean he's a bum. It just maybe means that he needs someone to talk to. He needs someone to inspire him to get out here and go get it again. So it's just like people are so judgmental when it comes to other people, that we forget just human nature in general and the whole empathy and the sympathy towards people. It's like, yo, don't cast someone off just because they don't meet up to your checklist. Like, yo, hear them out, hear him or her out, and it might be your soulmate. You never know.
Right. Ooh, can I jump in? Can I jump in?
Get him.
Just to jump between what Phyllis and Andre said was, and y'all both said it's a marathon, it's not a race. Mm-hmm. And I feel like that's what we treat a relationship like it is. It's a race. Mm-hmm. I got to get married by the time I'm in my late 20s or 30s, and I got to start having kids now. Mm-hmm. You know, the biological clock thing and everything of that nature. People start to ask you when you gonna have kids, when you gonna get married. Mm-hmm. But we forget. And it's crazy because you can go to Sam's Club, you can go to Costco, and then you're going to see that one lady that's giving out free samples. Mm-hmm. And you're going to try that free sample, and whether or not you like it, if you like it, you might buy it. If you don't, guess what you about to do? Continue to go on about your day. Mm-hmm. We out here at the buffet trying to fill up on one tray when we forget that it's okay to be going to get a different free sample. You're not in a rush. Right. There's no rush in this. You know, if this isn't the person that you want, you ain't got to stay with that.
Right.
You can continue to keep dating. Dating is not a singular thing where it's like, hey, I'm only dating you, Phyllis, so, you know, I can't date Rochelle right now. No, me and you ain't in a relationship, so guess what? Monday I'm on a date with you. Friday I'm on a date with Rochelle. And guess what? I like Rochelle, so me and Rochelle about to rock with it.
Right.
You got it. There ain't no rush. You know, and that's just using an example. There's no rush.
Right.
Enjoy the free samples. Get to know the person. And get to know who you are. Never fall in love with the plan. And just like what you said, that checklist. You have this plan of what you think this person is going to be. But everybody has a plan until they get hit in the face.
There you go,
everybody has a plan. You see what I'm saying? Everybody has a plan until, you know, it happens. So you never fall in love with the plan. Always come in it with an open mind. You may want a doctor to drive a Benz, then you get mad because you get a doctor that drive a dang on Bentley. Now that ain't the guy that you want. Nah. Right. You know, never fall in love with the plan. You don't know God put in your path, and this is going to be your soulmate for the rest of your life. So always have an open mind when you deal with people.
Facts.
Absolutely. Woo, but
I'm going to jump out of that. I'm going to jump right back out.
Yeah, that's
deep.
Perfect for the closing because we got to wrap this up. And but I think we gave the people, I know we gave the people some value. Like, this is good. So I appreciate both of you being here on this and just sharing your point of view, because I know it's not always the same. Here's what I learned from this really quick is that even though like a lot of times we're like, it's not the same viewpoint, men are different from women, I noticed that we had a lot of the same responses. And so maybe men aren't really as different as we think. Maybe the delivery is different. I don't know, but I just thought it was cool that all of us kind of had things in common. So Phyllis, is there anything else you wanted to end with?
No, I think this was really a good perspective, and I feel that you know, leaving judgments aside, and like Andre and Meech and you, Rochelle, said, you know, just really honing in on getting to know that person and being right with yourself And I feel that you can become your best in a relationship and have really huge success. So, yeah.
Yes, love it. Love you guys. Adios.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Ready? Hey! Hey, hey, hey. Everyone gonna say hey with me?
Hey.
There we go.
Hey.
All right, Mish, go ahead. Take it away.
And just like that, another extraordinary thought left this ordinary mind. Follow me on Instagram at OMG It's Meech. Once again, that is OMG It's Meech. Meech is spelled MEECH. Subscribe to the podcast, Extraordinary Thoughts for the Ordinary Mind, iTunes, Spotify, all other platforms. And just like that, I'm out.
Wow. Andre.
Yes, so follow me. I am King Dre, one word on Instagram. That's it, man. I don't know how y'all have me follow up Meech like that, but but it's real simple for me. I am King Dre. Follow me there, and from there I can take you to any other platforms that I'm on. Thank you.
Awesome, awesome. I'm just representing official Never Stop. Thank you for the gear, the crop top, and the pants. It was a really nice birthday present. So if you're looking to, have some nice gear and not only saying never stop, but having the mindset of like never giving up, never quitting, check out official_never_stop. Thank you.
Yeah, official Never Stop. Woo, woo. We appreciate you, and we appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. If you are watching this, please, of course you're watching this. Don't judge me. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Also, be sure to comment and share this with your friends if this gave you value. We appreciate you here and for the Soul family. We will see you guys on the next episode. Adios.
Bye.